Welcome to another episode of Inner Peace, Better Health. I'm your host, Eric, and today we have a truly special guest with us, Lillian Savoie. Lillian is a master manifestor, love guru, and intuitive coach with certifications Reiki energy healing, Kundalini yoga, dance, and gong therapy. She's also the author of Fill Your Soul the Feminine Way. Lillian's journey from feeling lonely and unfulfilled to helping women create lives full of love and purpose is nothing short of inspiring. Today, we are diving into a fantastic topic. Talk to your spirit guides for your inner peace. Who are they and what can they do for you, and how to see them? And I'm so excited to have Lillian with us. And Lillian, you're welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here. It's an absolute honor to have you on our show.
Thank you. It's my honor. I'm really happy to be here and share some new things with y'all.
Yeah. So Lillian, let's start with the basics. For those who might be new to the concept, who exactly are spirit guides?
So spirit guides are, it can be it could be nature guides like owls, angels. It could be passed over people that you have had in your life that want to help you. It can be higher beings in different realms like dragons or,
Yeah.
so it's a variety of guides that want to come in and help you from other realms.
Yeah. So how did you first become aware of your own spirit guides?
I was really searching for more. I had moved after college to Colorado and I just had felt lonely. And it was exciting to live in Colorado. You get to snowboard, you get to hike, and all the outdoor adventures are amazing. But then when you're by yourself, I just felt really unfulfilled and very lonely. So I was fortunate enough in Colorado at the time. There was a lot of psychic and medium teachers out there willing to just, really dive in and teach us about other realms. And so I got involved in some mentoring programs that taught me about spirit guides.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how personal and unique these experiences can be. I imagine it must have been quite a revelation for you, right?
Yes, because, growing up in the South, it's very religious. And I was raised Catholic and Christian because I had kind of two sets of parents. So I was only taught to teach or to talk to, one person, Jesus or God, and it was very limiting for me. My soul needed more. So I went searching for more. And I was just really blown away by meeting some psychics out in Colorado that really wanted to just teach and ground you of you can be beyond your human body. You can make friends with other spirits in other realms that can help you on this planet with your suffering. And that is exactly what happened. It was one day at a time, 1 week at a time in mentoring class. It was learning how to open up my intuition and talk and listen to the guidance from other realms that would help me with my, back then I think 19, 20, 21. And you're just at that age, it's just you feel so lost, or at least I did. So it was nice to have some other
Trust
options.
me, I do that. I do feel that too. So yeah.
So it just began from there. It just started from there with teachers showing up every week teaching me, okay, here is your chakra system. Here are some maybe relatives that are coming in that want to talk to you. Here are some other realms that are available to you if you'd like to meditate and go travel and bring back some knowledge.
Yeah. Wow. So what roles do spirit guides play in our lives, and how can they help us achieve inner peace?
So I like to just consider my spirit guides like I'm talking to my best friend. Okay. So I would ask them a question, just like I would ask my friend, what do you think? And I would get into a quiet place first. That's always important. Don't try to do it. If you're new to this, don't try to do it with, 10 people in your house and music on. Try to find a nice, quiet place where you can really hear yourself and your own inner voice. And the key to that is that inner voice sometimes is really sweet and kind and peaceful. And the other one is pushy and bossy, which is your ego. So we want to be in a quiet space so we can really hear our sweet voice, our nice voice. And then from there, I ask them a question like, let's say I'm feeling really lost in my career today or my job, or I don't know what to do next for the next step. I would sit down and say, okay, spirit guides, I'm calling on the guides of the highest vibration today, and I would like some advice on what to do with my job. And then I would have my notebook out and I would just kind of really sit and listen and just write down what I hear coming in. Now, a lot of people will say, I won't hear anything. There's nothing coming in. But it takes practice like anything else, like just going to the gym, shopping for healthy food, having a meditation practice. You just show up and you do the same thing every day. Get in a quiet place, get your notebook out, ask the questions that you need answers to, listen for the answers, write them down. And here's the key point: don't call yourself crazy. Because everybody's like, I feel crazy.
Yeah. That wow. So can you share a personal story where your spirit guide significantly impacted your life? And by a personal story, I mean a significant incident that you just cannot forget, or you just cannot seem to push it out of your mind. I mean, why would you have to do that? But even if you want to, you would not want to.
Yes. And when I ended up getting married and divorced while I was still in Colorado. And I remember it was a really tragic divorce, and it was really long. It was 1 year long. And I remember every week calling on my spirit guides, please help me get through this with my sanity. Please help, my child be safe. Please help us end up as friends, even though that was not how it was going. Please help me have enough money. And I'm midway through my court case and I'm out of money. I had spent $250,000 by then. I had bleed myself dry. I had worked as much as I could work. And I remember going to the court case and looking above the judge's head, and there is about a 10-foot tall Archangel Michael in all white, standing behind the judge, just wings extended. And he basically just told me, since they don't really speak like humans, but I heard, you are going to be fine. And the court case ended, and the pain and suffering was over, and everybody was safe. Everybody made it out alive. And to this day, let's see, that was 2010. 14 years later, we are friends. We have money back in our bank accounts. My child is well adjusted, and we can actually even have Thanksgiving dinner together, or Christmas, or any holiday. That was so powerful. I will never forget really looking up, and because you lose all trust during that process. You lose faith in humanity. You suffer yourself. I remember drinking martinis and smoking cigarettes and just praying that I'd stay alive. I remember working 80 hours a week, trying to keep all the bills afloat. And I just remember seeing that angel thinking, wow, okay, this is a confirmation of my trust in the other realm, in my spirit guides, that I am being taken care of no matter what.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. So I want to ask you, have you ever met Gabriel?
Yes.
Really? How is that like?
Well, they all have kind of a different vibe.
Mm.
Gabriel to me feels like if you're going on vacation and you're dipping your toe in kind of that beautiful, crystal clear, kind of silvery blue water,
Mm.
and you're getting into that water and it's just pure comfort and love, but it also takes your breath away like a little.
Mm.
That is what Archangel Gabriel feels like to me.
So he's lovely, but he's fierce. He's just ready to strike for your sake. I mean, is it like that or?
Yes. Well, think of it as the water is not lukewarm and it's so comfortable. Think of it, it's like crisp and clear and it's invigorating. So it's going to come in and kind of wake you up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think, wow, such an elaborate feeling. I loved how you describe it. That really sounds incredible. It's really, really, really transformative. It's fascinating to hear how these guys can influence our paths so profoundly. Wow. So many people might wonder how can one start to see or communicate with their spirit guides? And I know that you have mentioned this before, like sit in a room or just talk. Don't try it when you are around people. But are there any specific practices or rituals that you recommend for beginners, like lighting up some oils or something like that? I don't know. I'm not familiar with this, so.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Okay. So I did forget that I do come in my quiet space and light some incense. That is the first thing I do to clear the space because anything that you bring in from the outside world into your clear space, you want to make sure that it's all cleared out, ready for them. I think the best way for beginners, if they go to my book, Fill Your Soul the Feminine Way, I give you several spirit guides to tap into, teach you how to talk to them, give you ideas on what you can work with them. So, just for an example, in my book, I talk about an Indian chief who came to me when I was at a peak of one of my health crisis with parasites. And the
Oh.
Indian chief comes in and he likes to do psychic surgery. So he'll move organs around and intestines and he'll flush out the parasites. And I also used the Indian chief to help women that I coached get pregnant. So I have 7 Reiki babies with the help of the Indian chief that are now out into this world.
Wow.
So in the book, I have the Indian chief you can get to know, and I tell you how to do it. I have the blue people, which are also known as Arcturians, and I tell you how to connect with them. I also, one of my favorite guides are owls, and I am just completely obsessed with their magical abilities. So I help you in the book. I talk about how you can connect to the owl realm and use it in your business. And a lot of people start their spiritual journey by trying to manifest more money or manifest the perfect job or career. And the owls are excellent at the material world and your growth in your spiritual practice or even just your everyday work practice. So I would recommend starting there. They each have their own chapter and it kind of breaks it down into a meditation, a journaling exercise, and some mantra work.
Wow. It, it's also overwhelming. And it's so, I mean, it's real. These things are real. And I always say in all of these podcasts that there's so much that you don't know about this world. And whenever I step onto a podcast, I learned so much. And especially with this podcast, it's so amazing to just know about all of these things, and I'm really really blown away. So wow,
Thank
but
you. Sometimes I just tell people we're being too human.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's fun. It's also fun because in the midst of having your struggles or your crisis, or, right now, since it's the season, over here, as far as celebrating Christmas, a lot of people get lonely and they experience loss all over again and grief. And so I think being able to not be so human so we can elevate out of the suffering for a minute and get into another realm, even if it's for 5 minutes or 30 minutes or a half a day, just to kind of connect with something else besides our human stuff, our junk, our it's real life experiences, but sometimes it hurts so much that we want to escape. And I really want to help people not escape with drugs and alcohol and all the things that we're taught to escape with. Like, let's escape to the owl realm. Let's escape and talk to Archangel Gabriel. Let's escape in other ways. And even though people may find that weird for them, it's very calming and brings peace to a lot of people that do try it.
So, Lillian, they also call you a master manifestor. Can you tell me more about it?
So I think the reason why I kind of connected to that is because I get real clear on what I desire in my life. And so whenever I feel like I'm getting off my path, where it is, if my clientele, let's say, slows down, or I start having arguments in my, marriage, or let's say I start to have a lot of health issues, I easily correct and bring myself back into alignment, write down my desires and my goals, and then work with that energy alone of what it is that I actually desire. And I think the reason why I've really become more of a master manifester is because I've learned how to not think about everyone else and focus on me. And if I'm healthy, then I can help everybody else. But I was doing it backwards for so long. I was giving all of my energy to other people, and then I was getting the leftover crumbs. So now it's just like they teach you on the airplane. Put your mask on first, then help the person next to you. I work on my spiritual awakening and my what I want and what I desire, meditation, and I become a master at that, because if you become your own master, then you can teach others. Then they become their own master. And then they can teach others. And it's just this beautiful ripple effect. But if you're just teaching others and not working on yourself, I mean, it's fair game. It could just be, anything goes.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Lillian, for sharing your wisdom and experiences with us today. It's been a really enlightening conversation, and I'm sure our listeners have gained a lot of valuable insights. So, for those of you who are tuning in, remember that you are never alone. Your spirit guides are always there to support and guide you towards inner peace and fulfilling life. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's continue this journey together towards better health and inner peace. Until next time, stay connected, stay inspired, and keep seeking the guidance that leads you to your best self.